All right, here we are out in the garden for our next spring garden workshop with Kaylin Brennan on the Farm and Education team. Kaylin, you want to share what we're doing today?
Yeah, we're going to show you how to plant potatoes. It's a pretty simple thing to do because we're going to take our shovel and we're going to dig down about the height of the shovel. Take that soil, put it right into the middle of the bed. So you're going to dig a trench all the way down your bed, or how many potatoes you want. So I'm just going to do a second one and then do that. Then you're going to take your potato. Here's a potato. You just take the whole potato. You're going to put it in there. It's in the soil. And then you're going to cover it with the soil that you just put in the middle of the bed. And you could just go down. If you make a trench all the way down your garden bed, you can just plot potatoes about every 8 inches or so. And then you can also, if you have potatoes with the little buds, like the little eyes, like potato eyes, you can just cut that part off, like cut it in half, a quarter, but it has to have the little bud on it. And then you can put that in the soil too and cover it up. And then you'll get more potatoes.
And they're fast, like midsummer. If you plant potatoes April 15th, you'll have them to harvest around the middle of July. And then you can pop in a second round of potatoes to harvest in the fall. So they're really fun to plant. Yeah. And watch for the leaves because they'll come up. And then what's going on underground is the potatoes are growing on the roots. So it's really exciting, like a treasure to find when you dig them out.
Yes.
All right. Well, so you all can pop your potatoes in the garden right now. April 15th is when I think of go time for potatoes. And Kaylin has another really fun activity with potatoes that we're going to show y'all.
Yeah, we're going to go inside for this next activity using a potato.
All right, we'll see you in a second. All right, we're back in the neighborhood center so Kaylin is like the queen of like fun activities for little kids. Look at this. It's a potato. So that's something else you could do with the potatoes, put little googly eyes on it. But there's more. But we just wanted to mention too, when you're getting potatoes to plant, you can get seed potatoes, which are potatoes that are certified not to have diseases if you want to make sure if you're planting for a big harvest. Otherwise, at least get organic potatoes because conventional ones are sometimes sprayed with stuff to keep them from sprouting. And for them to grow, you want them to sprout. So we just wanted to throw that in there too. But what Kaylin is going to show us is really fun. It's Potato Chia Pets.
Yeah, Potato Chia Pets. So I took a potato and I hollowed it out, just scooped out the inside while still leaving a little bit of potato on the bottom so it doesn't go all the way through. I'm going to take a scoop of soil here and just put some soil in it. And then you can take some grass seed, and you sprinkle it on top. I don't know why this grass seed is green. It just is green. It's the one I got at the store. But grass seed in particular works well with this fun chia pet because it grows really tall. So it kind of looks like you have a porcupine or another kind of creature at the end. And then you want to put a little bit of soil on top, right, to cover those seeds. Go. And then the last thing is I have a little spray bottle. You could take a cup too, or a little watering can. But I like the spray bottle mainly because it doesn't make it too wet. Just get it all moist. And then in about a week, the grass seed is going to start to sprout and you get to see just the beauty of the seed, of the cycle of the seed in a fun little pet form. I actually have a picture. We can put that in the comments too of like what it looks like, and it'll grow up to be about this tall. And then if you keep on spraying, it'll eventually start to droop down, and so then it looks like your potato chia pet has like a little like side,
side
pony, basically. Yeah. So that's really fun. It's even fun for adults. This isn't just for little kids. Like it's exciting to spray your potato, and often I put it in like a windowsill. So you want to spray it at least 2 or 3 times a day because the soil can get pretty dry. And also the spray bottle prevents from like pouring too much water and then the seeds like running off. But yeah, put it on a windowsill and then it'll start to grow. That's one chia pet. So did you know that you could do more than one chia pet with a potato?
I didn't know. I'm so excited to hear that.
Because everything is better with some googly eyes. First, you have to make your face on your potato pet, however you want to do that. And then you we got to get the chia seeds going. So the chia seeds are going to be like the hair of the potato, and those are the ones that are going to grow. So here's some chia seeds, and we're going to make chia slime. I have just a tiny bit of water. I didn't measure it. I just a tiny little bit of water in the bowl. And then if you've ever made like chia seed pudding before, it's slime. It's like chia slime. These seeds can absorb a whole bunch of liquid. And so then they form like a little slimy slime. So you just stir it. You just stir it about 3 scoops. And I might put a 4th one if it's too liquidy, but we're going for the goo. We're going for a slimy chia goo is what we're wanting. And it takes a little while for it to absorb the water, but it's the same idea as if you're like to take milk and put chia seeds in milk and then add different vegetables or fruits to that and get like a pudding. I guess you probably wouldn't put vegetables in your pudding, maybe just fruit. Yeah, it's already starting to thicken. So we'll let that kind of set over there while we do the next part, which is taking a paper towel, everyday paper towel, that's absorbent, and you put a little bonnet on your potato. All right, so you take your paper towel and make a little bonnet for your potato person, and then you twist that paper towel on the bottom, and that's because you want to be able to set your potato in a jar like so, so that the bottom of that paper towel can soak up the water, and the water will go up to feed the seeds. It's actually already starting to do that, right? It's just an absorbent paper towel, right? So it's starting to go up. This jar is a little bit too big for this particular potato person, but I'm just going to set him right there for now, him or her. And we can come back over here to the chia slime. It's only been like a few minutes, but we have this like really thick, goopy slime. I ended up putting a 4th scoop. So measurements, you just sort of scoop, do 3, and then see if that works. If it's still not super thick like that, you don't want it too liquidy, but also don't want it too thick. So this is the perfect consistency. Added a 4th spoonful. And now what we're going to do is take that goop and we're going to actually put that over the potato like it has hair, because eventually these chia seeds, they'll start to sprout. And so then you can imagine, and I'll also put a picture of what it looks like after it started to sprout. But you just kind of paint the potato with their hair on nice and thick all over.
Spa day for the potato.
Basically, yeah. So this one, there you go.
They look so happy in their bonnet.
Yeah, right? Uh-huh. There you go.
He's losing some of it.
So we used to grow sprouts here, and when I was experimenting with this particular chia pet, I was like, oh, it's basically like growing sprouts. So you need some kind of soak pad. So that's what the paper towel is acting as, and then you put your seeds. And so in this case, we're choosing to sprout chia seeds, just because it forms that nice gel, so it'll sit on top. Now, when I practice this at home to see how it all works, it took about a good week or so before any of the chia seeds started to sprout. And then you get your little spray bottle to spray it. Because even though you have the water coming up from below from the paper towel, that's still not quite enough because they dry out pretty fast. I was surprised that I actually had to spray it a good 2 to 3 times a day. Very, very similar to, say, our little potato porcupine over here as well, right? So you just kind of spray all around the hair of this chia pet. Um, that's potato chia pet number 2. And when I did it, I took pictures of it like every single day for like a whole month. So it starts to sprout and it actually gets really big. Also, a windowsill would be good. If you don't put it directly by a windowsill, what you'll get is actually the sprouts will start reaching towards the light, so you get kind of like an afro too, and that's fun as well. And then you'll see the whole cycle of the seed from the very beginning, going up and then falling down. And so after about a month, you will probably need to throw your potato chia pet away.
Or
compost
plant
it,
him.
Yes, you can compost it or you can plant them.
Yeah.
That's true. You totally could plant them.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. You could compost and or plant your potato, right? Yeah, that's how it cycles back around to our garden, which is where we started. So kind of a different a different activity. Typically, like talk about potatoes and chopping them up and making food with them. But here we are. There's so many different ways you can use a potato. You can grow it in your garden. You can have fun activities. And I will admit, this is what has been one of the most fun things I have done at home in a really long time. To just watch it every single day and be excited to see, oh, how much, what more is growing? What more is growing there? Because you can see it so vividly, and just spray it and then see it grow more and see it grow more. Yeah.
Have fun at home with this, y'all. Truly.
And if you decide to do it, please put pictures in the comments too. That would be fun. We could have like a chain of comments of how our potato chia pets are doing.
That'd be amazing. Don't hold back, y'all. You know you want to. All right. We can't wait to see them. We'll see y'all next time.